welcoming everybody to another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we always start the show here by being transparent and no show over the weekend. We've been cashing though. We've definitely been cashing. I think we lost the only play we've lost recently was the Magic game over. Not game 7, but game 6 versus the Cavs. And I've hit 13 of the last 15 in the NBA playoffs. So we'll try to keep that going here today. I did see Wager Talk Twitter. I think we're up 24 units in the NBA playoffs. So we'll try to keep that going here today. We got 2 games to try to do it. And injury news popping up this morning, something that we might not have expected. So we will talk about it before we do. Let's take a look at the comments, see how everybody's feeling in the chat. Boofer. Who's feeding Trent's camp with bad info? If you're paying attention to some other like musical beefs that's going on, you know what Boofer's talking about here. That was definitely a good one. What up, Jose Perez? Tasha in the building. Hey, by the way, we probably gonna cash the over on the water breaks today, man. This weekend was crazy for your boy. People guessing Rob's shirt color even when he's not on. You guys will know. It will say Rob Vino will be on when he's here. No Rob today. What up, Jeff? Let's see. S dot in the house. People just don't want to be left out. S dot says dark gray for Vino if he's on today. Boofer, why are people guessing Vino's shirt color? I don't know, Boofer. They just in case, I guess. Yeah, that's what he says, just in case. Let's see. Hello, Ray. Says Skee, how are you? Hopefully all is well and you had a profitable weekend. I did have a profitable weekend and I had a very fun weekend too. Let's keep going just a little bit. A couple more comments. Jess Brando says, good afternoon. Let's get to the bag and cash. This one is a lock, huh? M says so he's calling an orange pillow on the couch. Football coach. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Says, what's up with Gobert? I did see that. Not at shoot around. We'll talk about it very, very shortly. Boom, boom, boom. JT liking that T Wolves plus 1.5 in the series. Just sitting pretty. Absolutely. We did cash on the Wolves in game 1. That was a good one. Just Brando says thanks 5-star for that football play. Was a sweat. Dia in the building. Tariq. A lot of the usual suspects in here. Jake says, let's make it 14 into the night. Well, I have 2 plays. Going on tonight. So we'll try to make it 15 into. How about that? All right, I think we'll get to it. Jeff, his very first live stream. Appreciate you making it in. And it's a lot of good cappers here in the chat. So make sure you're paying attention to everybody in here. And JB Brown lets us know that Gobert's wife is pregnant. She may be going into labor. Okay. I was irritated when I saw him on the injury report and just for like personal reasons, but you never know what people have going on in their life. And I guess that's the reason to not be present at shoot around. So let's talk about it. Minnesota and Denver. Nuggets open as a 5-point favorite. Total, moved up to about 6, even 6.5. I'm seeing it's still moving right now. Total open 208. It did go down, but just now with the news of Gobert not present, it went right back up, sitting at 208 again. So Gobert is listed as game time decision tonight. True toss up to play. Jamal Murray looks like the same thing with his calf injury. And the Murray thing kind of worries me as far as, his availability and effectiveness, just because I feel like maybe they had him on a minutes restriction last game. I feel like he wasn't playing as much as we normally see Murray. So that worries me. So I bet Minnesota game 1. I do think they match up really well with Denver. I say it time and time again. I'm a big fan of Anthony Edwards and just his mentality and skill set, etc. And they're more than capable of winning any game. That's how I feel about them. But Denver, they should be absolutely focused in this one. I'll say this. Coming into that first game, Denver played a much tougher series. Minnesota just cruised. And Denver was still playing like, we can just come out here and bullshit, and we'll come back and win the game like we have been doing versus the Lakers. Not so much versus the Wolves. So I listened to Mike Malone in that last game. After the post game interview, he was not happy. He was he was saying things. You could see it on his face. He was not happy with the effort um, that was expressed in that game. He says a couple things. I have a couple quotes here. Not happy with their focus and effort, I guess, in that one. He says, giving up 71% from the field in the second half in a playoff game is unacceptable. And he says, you can't just trade baskets with that team. So, yeah, there's a lot that we'll look at on film, try to clean up so we can be better. I'm expecting him to come out with a really good effort, with a nice game plan. And this is a must win game for Denver. You don't want to go back to Minnesota down 0-2. That's pretty much a death sentence in this series. So, on that note, I want to look towards Denver. I know they haven't been playing good to start games, but this is a situation where I do think they're focused out the gate. I think first quarter is worth a look. And I mean, also, we can take a look at the full game. Let me just, yeah, we can take a look at the full game too, but I think it starts early and often for Denver tonight. You look at the situation that they're in, I already kind of mentioned it, but I'll share this with you guys. Home favorites in that game too that are down 0-1. I think I mean, at least the last few years, 5 years or so, they've been winning about 76% against the spread. So absolutely a nugget spot tonight. Um, After Timberwolves have been winning, they won 5 games in a row, I think, here, and they're still a road dog. I think that shows you that they're a dog for a reason. And the Timberwolves this season, they've been a road dog 10 times. They've only covered one of them. When they're losing in this situation, it's usually by margin. So I'm not really scared of the point spread. And if Gobert is out, obviously that's going to help the Nuggets, favor the Nuggets a little bit more. But I still think they can cover this number if he plays. So just putting that out there. As far as the total is concerned, it's kind of like I would love to know the status of Gobert because if he's not in there, I mean, obviously it's gonna. I mean, he's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate every year. He's won it, several times, and you need him to defend a guy like Joker or help defend a guy like Joker. So if he's not out there, it will make it tougher for the under the cash. But I think I think I don't want to be there with an over in this game. I just don't. Even if he's out, I just don't. Minnesota will still play good team defense for one. And Mike Malone has already, from the quote I shared, talked about, they're going to be having a lot more focus and be ready on that defensive end, saying they can't just trade baskets. So if Denver steps up and plays to their capability on the defensive end, I think this game can still go under. You look at last game, both teams shot better than 40% from three, and they only made it to 206, I believe. Where I think we see some regression from that 3 point line, and neither one of these teams plays with pace. So I'm not running to go bet the over like a lot of the injury chasers are with Gobert out. I think this one can still be lower scoring. Let's see what the chat thinks about this one. Let me get to some of these comments. Got to scroll a little bit. I must have been talking for a while. Let's see. What up, Sia the Couture say? Derek likes Nas over 9.5 points on volume alone. JT says Gobert needs to be in if you like the Timberwolves side. Mike Lou likes Timberwolves money line once again. Says Michael Jordan Jr. showing up. Tasha thinks maybe Murray under his points with the injury that he has going on. I mean, if there was a prop where you could bet on his points in the first 3 quarters, definitely under. We'll see. Maybe I'm not mad at that look at all. See, probably Meyer. Bilo says if I wanted to bet the Wolves series, would it be better to wait after tonight with maybe a Denver bounce back? Wolves minus 125 series right now. I think so. I mean, look at it like this. If you're betting the series, you're pretty much betting on them to win that game because, like you said, if they don't win tonight, you're going to get a better price. So if you didn't think the Wolves were going to win, I mean, if you thought the Wolves were going to win tonight, why would you not be taking the money line? I mean, they still obviously have a chance to win a series if they lose tonight, but if you don't think they win tonight, why not just wait? So if you really think they're going to win tonight, I would take the plus price on the Timberwolves. But my personal opinion is Nuggets are going to give it everything they got. They're getting the kitchen sink tonight, and I would wait. Personally, I would wait if I wanted Minnesota. Darabot Royce likes Nuggets first quarter full game. Has them in a money line parlay. Says they must win tonight. I can agree with that. What up, Justin? Boofer says Ant's not going crazy like that again. JT likes Ant on Murray. Yeah, Boofer. I got those quotes every now and then too. I honestly, I always pay attention to coaching quotes in the playoffs. That's always been a thing for me. Maybe not as much in the regular season, but playoffs, absolutely. Robert likes the Wolves. Justin likes that Nuggets trifecta. Like to see that. Mo likes the Wolves money line and plus the points. Mom is just a bet is asking, what do you think for Edwards and points? I think, I mean, from what Michael Malone was saying, if you want to bet Anthony Edwards points, I'm not talking you off. It sounded like Michael Malone's thought process was Ant is a great player. Great players are going to score regardless what you do, but you can't let everybody get hot. You got to take away these other guys. You can't have him hot and everybody having confidence and getting hot too. So I think if you want to look at his points, sure. I don't want to talk you off. That's just kind of how I think the Nuggets will approach this game. John Peterson likes Wolves team total. Jeff likes the Wolves. Tasha likes Edwards blocks. This must be 3-pointers from Sean. He likes Joker over 1.5 at plus money. Mike Lou says Nuggets should be the right side with that Minnesota defense travels, and if they show up again, but yes, Denver should be the right side with Gobert out. Yes, they were dogs last game, and I felt the same last game too. Same thing. I mean, I bet the Timberwolves. If the Timberwolves had lost that game, I was going to do what he said, come back and maybe think about betting them in the series. But I did take them in game one plus just because I thought, I thought they can win the series, and obviously I think they can win that game. Jake Orr sharing some info says Nuggets as a home favorite off of a home loss, 18-2 straight up, 15-5 against the spread, dating all the way back to 2020. They win the first quarter by an average of 5 points as well, he says. So he's liking Nuggets first quarter full game, it sounds like there. Appreciate you sharing that info. He shares a little more. Round two, Road Dogs a 4+ on a 5+ win streak. 9-31 straight up, 11, 28-1 against the spread. Appreciate you sharing that. I'm not sure if he has an IG Meyer. I'm not sure where they're getting the info from, but a lot of people have been saying it, so I think that could be correct. Val says it here again. Let's see. Let's keep going here. Brian says, I like the under now. He's questionable. What the? Yeah, it's tough when this stuff happens in the playoffs. I mean, there's nothing you could do about it if his wife is pregnant, I guess. But maybe he still gets out there. Maybe he's with her right now because she might be about to have the baby. But maybe she has it and he gets and goes to play the game and then comes back. You never know. A couple more comments. Let me get to some of these. Val likes Nas Reed, 9.5. Somebody else did mention that earlier. And he likes his rebounds. He liked it before the Rudy news this morning. He says, oh, his props are now pulled. So, yeah, it makes sense. They can't give you that same easy number if Gobert's status is in jeopardy. We'll talk about it, Cons Clips. We get to that game next. His best bet is Knicks -5.5. And a lot of people. Jay Gill likes the Nuggets trifecta. Delbert Royce likes Anthony Edwards over 3.5 assists. Daniel thinks he's getting double tonight. Says over 4.5 assists as well. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do. I know they'll be making some kind of adjustments. I'm going by what I heard Mike Malone say, and he could change his mind, but we'll see. And looks like that'll be it for the comments on this one. We'll keep it moving to the next game on the slate. And this one is 555, 556. Pacers and Knicks. Opened up Knicks -6.5. They're down to a 5-point favorite. Total open 215.5, and that has gone up 2 points. Injury report here. Ali remains on the injury report as game time decision. Knicks look like they're pretty healthy as far as who's been playing lately. So this one, my first thought process here was yes, I think the Knicks can win this series. Yes, I think the Knicks can win the series, by 2 games or more. I really do. But am I willing to go in here and bet for them to win by margin every game? That's just not the kind of team I view New York as. Like the bottom feeders, they beat up on them all year. The Pacers have proved they're not a bottom feeder. There's no more bottom feeders left here. So on that note, I just don't like the idea of betting on New York to win by margin. So I look at, do I want to bet Indiana? Absolutely not, because I don't think they win this game. And that point spread is getting kind of short. But we know one thing: the Pacers are not a very good defensive team. They might have gotten a little bit better, but they're still not a good defensive team. So I'm talking this out right now. I think the Knicks will be able to score on this Pacers team. And the Pacers, I mean, before that last game, they were already saying like, we got to get back to playing our way, like playing with pace, etc. Um, I would think this is more of an over game. I mean, I trust the Knicks defensively, so that holds me up. But maybe a Knicks team total, just thinking they can score on this Pacers team, and that Knicks team total looks like 111.5 currently. That's probably my preferred way to bet this game here. Um, really just bet against that Pacers defense. I mean, we could bet on the Knicks defense, take Pacers team total under, but with the pace that I think, Pacers can help speed it up, I don't want to do that right now. Kind of want to see this series, or the first game be played a little bit there. But if I'm betting right now, I think it has to be Knicks team total over. And yeah, that sounds like the right side to me. Let's see if you guys can help me out a little bit with this game. JT likes Knicks series -1.5 games, -120. I only saw -140, and that was just a little bit too juicy for me. I do think that this can win. Have some more bodies. It may start to favor them, but the Knicks, they can take care of home court, which they should be able to. I think they can even steal one in Indiana, and this series is over a little bit quicker than the prior. JB Brown likes the over here. Rish going with Brunson under 8.5 assists. Man, sorry, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I don't want to sneeze all over the mic and in your ear, but it's coming soon. I feel it. My apologies on that. Obi Toppin under 9.5 points from Belo. Mike Lou likes the under in this game. Likes the Pacers. Yeah, Saturated says Toppin revenge. So a couple guys looking at Toppin. One has an under though. Saturated thinks he might have some success tonight. Stop geoengineering. Says, I mean, Gobert is a millionaire. I'm sure dude could make a courtside berth happen. Bring the baby to the arena. I mean, as a better, it sounds good, but I don't think that's something he would do. PZ likes that Knicks team total over. Robert thinks the Knicks first half is the way to go. Adam likes this over. Nard Ho thinks Knicks first quarter. So a couple people thinking Knicks early. A couple people thinking points in this game. Tasha, she wants to go the route of betting on the Knicks defense. She says team total under 105 for them. Kyle says, what about Mitchell Robinson over 7.5 rebounds for plus money? I don't know. We might see a whole lot more Hardenstein than Robinson in this one against Turner. So I'm not really loving Mitchell Robinson props in this game. JB Brown says Pacers will push the pace and Brunson should get his. He likes that over. So does, well, Adam says over 232. He thinks you can get even, you can sell a lot of points on this one, get some plus money. Yeah, it's not listed because the injuries came out. That's the reason. You're probably gonna have to wait until Gobert's status is solidified at this point. Anthony Richardson asking if I like the Knicks first quarter. I personally don't feel any way about betting this game early or first quarter, anything like that. I don't feel any special way. So I don't want to tell you anything and talk you on or off your bet. Justin, he says it's best bet in this game, but you didn't put it. Maybe it was something that I said, and he said that. Jay Gill likes Pacers team total under. Football coach says Knicks team total over. I mean, if both of those win, that's a Knicks cover. JB Brown, appreciate you. He says smash the like button. Absolutely helps out the show if you guys could hit the like button for me. Much appreciated. Dante says if the Pacers are held under 112 points, they're 2-23 straight up, 3-20-1 against the spread, 1-24 over under. So unders usually hit it. I mean, the under thing makes sense just because their totals have been so inflated, so high during the regular season. So if they're not hitting 112, probably hard for the other team to make up majority of the points. But the rest of this is making sense to me. Um, they're not covering if they're not hitting that 112 mark because this is not a team who's going to win by playing defense. That's what that's telling me. So that makes sense to me. Maybe if you like that Pacers team total under, he's saying you should just be betting the Knicks. Darabort Royce, he does not like that Knicks first quarter. He likes Indy. Says they started the game one slow in the last series, thinks they come out firing. Robert is fading Siakam with under 20.5 points. Jeff fading Brunson on his assist prop under 8.5. Boofer likes the over in this game. Sounds like we maybe talked Justin into Knicks team total over. Isaiah likes the Pacers to win outright. Interesting. Let me see something. Rich Homie says Brunson revenge. He didn't forget not getting minutes that game 7 when Mavs went out bad a few years ago. Mavs versus the Pacers or what? It wasn't versus the Pacers. So I'm not understanding. Not understanding this. Another person says Pacers outright. I mean Hardenstein. I'm not too big on the props this game. Not gonna lie. Hardenstein, I think, gets a lot of minutes. Whether it translates to assists, that's on you guys who are looking at this. Boofer. All right, a couple more comments. I can't read everybody's comment, Grants, on TV, and I probably didn't see it. I kind of got to skim through. If I just sit here and read every single one and put them all up on the screen, the show would be 2 hours. So it probably didn't populate. I just scrolled up and still didn't see your comment. So he likes the Pacers game over. There it is, down there. Other things, Jaden McDaniels. People saying the coach, Pacers coach. I mean, I like Carlisle, but I'm not saying he's, so great that Knicks are just to have a bad coach. I'm not. Oh, Rick was the coach of the Mavericks team. Ah, okay, that's where you were going with that comment. Brunson might want some revenge because he didn't get minutes. The coach didn't trust him. That's an interesting angle. Now I understand that, and I can see why you want to go that direction. Let me go back up. Can I get back to that comment? Brunson revenge. He ain't forget about not getting minutes that game 7 when Mavs went out bad a few years ago. That's a good call out there. I got it. I went over my head at first, but I got you now. Tyler still liking McBride over 8.5 points. All right. So at this point, it's Knicks are past, and it's going back up to 5.5. Whatever information is coming out. Let me see. Let me just check. I would be looking at. I'll be looking at the Knicks or the over. If you put them both together, that does get you Knicks team total over. So I feel like we did a pretty good job here. We've been on for 25 minutes to talk about 2 games, and probably about that time to wrap it up. So we'll move it on over to. Let me get this off the screen here. Move it on over to best bet segment, and you guys go ahead and drop your best bets in the chat. Let me just take a look here because lines are moving. I like to try to give you guys stuff that you can get the same kind of number as me. I will say this. So you can't get the same number as me for either of the bets that I've made so far right now. So I'm gonna go like this. I will give. Well, actually, let me share some of you guys first. Some guys already coming in here. JT likes the Nuggets first quarter, -1.5. Raven Round likes the over in the Pacers game. Derek Royce likes first quarter / money line parlay for the Nuggets. Justin likes that over in the Knicks game. I like seeing people on this over. I like it. Blitz likes the under 207.5 in the Nuggets game. And JB Brown likes that over in Pacers Knicks as well. So for my best bet for the show, I am going to go with Nuggets. The best number I see available is 6. I'm letting you guys know now. I bet 5.5, but I need 6 to win. There are a lot of 6.5 popping up out there, so make sure you guys line shop. But absolutely a Denver spot. Cannot go back home. Cannot go on the road 0-2 in this playoff series. And after the coach called him out, I think that his guys respond. Um, Timberwolves, like I said, they've been a road dog 10 times this season. They've only covered 1. So I'm not even really worried that the number moved. I think they'll lose by, closer to double digits. So Nuggets -6 for the show will be my best bet. Like I always say, I appreciate all of you guys in the chat. Very sharp handicappers and just a great group to be around and cap with every day. We have a good time, etc. So I want to let you guys know you're much appreciated. If you can, if you would like to, hit the like button before you bounce out. If you want to know when I go on, either follow me on Twitter at Skee Profit or just subscribe to the channel. And best of luck if you tell. Good luck, everybody, on all your action. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.